pieces of advice that you got from our national director, Ms. Shamsi Susu?
There's actually a lot of advice that I learned from her, but I think the one that I value the most was she told me to focus on the things that really matters. I know that OOTDs, they matter a lot, and some girls, they get distracted from posting on social media their OOTDs, but it's not really judged as much. And of course, I know that the designers, they've worked really hard and they deserve the what do you call this? They deserve the recognition from being posted online, but what really matters is your performance on the night on the stage. So it's very important to conserve your energy and save it on the last day, on the coronation night. And that's what counts.
All right. Thank you so much and good luck.
Thank you.
We're here for you. Of course.
Bakit naging ganyan ang boses?
Actually, iba't ibang yung sumasabi sa akin. And next is Mr. Gilbert Sancho.
Mr.
Very colorful.
It's for her. We're colorful. That's why. Thank you.
I love your mask.
Thank you. So, my first question is, let's put this on the other way around. So normally, since you are representing the Philippines, you are required to represent beautifully the Philippines in the universe. So how are you going to represent Israel to the Philippines?
One thing that I can relate to an Israeli woman is that they get to have all these, they have this mandatory military service, which I was fortunate enough to experience as a Marine Corps service. And as a woman of strength, that's how I will represent Israel. To them, they don't, they empower their women, and that's how I would represent Israel to the rest of the world, as an empowered woman.
Very well said. I have one more question, Walter, if I may ask.
Go ahead.
Okay, so what is the one thing advice that the creative director, Jonas Gapu, told you that you can apply universally in the Miss Universe?
One advice that Mama Jonas told me is that to study all the time. I mean, you know what you're capable of, but you shouldn't be complacent, you shouldn't be relaxed. It's very important to always be prepared, because that's what takes the anxiety away, that's what takes the fear away, knowing that you are prepared and you're always ready for battle. So it's very important to prepare, even when you know that you are capable of doing it already.
Thank you. I know my questions are very hard, but you did very well. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Teacher Kim. At this point, we'd also like to acknowledge at the back the General Manager for Hilton Manila, Mr. Simon McGrath. Thank you so much. Thanks for being here.
Sir. Nice to see you again. Thank you for coming here.
He's been so supportive of the Miss Universe Philippines organization. Thank you very much. Yes. Oh, of course, Miss Diane Castillejo.
Hi, Gaya. Nice to see you again. So, kunyari nasa Israel na tayo, okay? We all know that the preliminary interview is such an important part of the pageant. Kasi dun pa lang, the judges already make their opinion, and based on that, they choose the semifinals. What kind of a Bea do you want to show the judges, given that you only have 4 minutes? I think like 6 or 8 questions. Sabi ni Jonas and Shamsi, you know, you're being quiet and more reserved. They feel it's your strength. They're not going to try to make you bubblier than what you normally are. But what kind of a Bea are you planning to show sa prelim interview, closed door interview?
There's no other kind of Bea. There's only one Bea, and that Bea is compassionate, and she is very much dedicated to her work. She is disciplined, and I want them to know that she can be an ambassador of all the things that they represent, which is this year they are celebrating, or rather highlighting talks about how to protect the environment and actions on climate change. If they need a person to do that, to influence other people, that would have to be me, because I can influence other people through my strength and through my dedication and through my passion, because I am passionate for charity, for love, and for service. That's the kind of Bea I want to show them.
Nice. One last question. Given that we are sort of coming out of the pandemic and it has affected women in different ways, what do you think is the most important issue that needs to be addressed to women to be able to help women come out of this pandemic in a successful way?
Well, a lot of women have been limited since the pandemic happened. They were less protected when it comes to violence against women. I myself have helped institutions that protect these women, and this is one issue that I would like to highlight, that there are women who are suffering during the pandemic, and I want them to speak out and to spread the word to all who are listening here today. I want them to also be aware that there are women who are suffering and that we can do something about it. All of us, men and women, should participate and fight for the rights of women and their protection against violence.
Thank you.
Thank you, Diane. Mr. Jerry Diaz. You can also give your message to her.
Yeah.
Hi, Tito Jerry.
I have one question first. If the press asks you in Israel, what do you think are the factors that make the Philippines very successful, not just in Miss Universe, but in other international pageants as well?
The Philippines is known to be a powerhouse of beauty queens, but what they do not know is that there are a lot of people who work really hard. It is a collaborative effort that makes a beauty queen. She won't be successful without the help of her team. And I am fortunate that I am guided and strengthened by my team, the Miss Universe Philippines organization, the Aces and Queens, my origins family from Cebu. It's very important that a queen is grateful and kind and compassionate, because that is what makes a Filipino beauty queen stand out in international pageants.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Jerry.
You have a message for Bea?
Yeah, okay. Bea, I just would like to express my excitement over the prospects of you joining Miss Universe in Israel. From the very first time we saw you, sa screening pa lang, in Gateway, I said it to some of my friends, that one thing you had that the other girls there did not, you had star quality. Because the moment she entered, straight from the airport, everybody just looked at her, and not just with her height, but there's something in her personality, her appeal, that just draws the attention to her. But one thing I like about you, aside from, even if you were confident, you were never overconfident. And that is something that we like about you. Your poise, your composure, and I like especially that moment when you were announced as the winner, and you were just so cool. Parang, I was asking myself, did she realize that she already won? And I think it's very nice because we saw some of the Miss Universe last two women standing, that practically they just have to faint because of excitement. And I hope that you carry the confidence, the poise, and the composure in Miss Universe. I'm sure you'll make a very good impression, and you will add another crown to the table. Good luck.
Thank you, Tito Jerry.
Thank you, Tito Jerry.
Yes.
Are there any other questions? Celso Caparaz. Who was there at the first ever Miss Universe?
1974.
Hi, Bea.
Hi, good afternoon.
Unknown to many, you were involved in a noble cause called Bayong Sela. Can you please enlighten us on this? And will you be involved again this year?
So Bayong Sela is a product of the persons deprived of liberty in the BJMP Cebu City Jail. It's something that I did for them last Christmas because of the pandemic. The persons deprived of liberty weren't able to receive much income from their livelihood projects. So what I did is I got all their products. I sold it outside because they couldn't sell it due to the restrictions. And the sales of those Bayong Celia bags, I gave it back to them, and the profits, I donated it to a shelter for the elderly. This is a humbling experience for me because I had to do the delivery myself. I went to the jail. I waited outside the jail to get their products, and I rode habal-habal and delivered it in my hometown in the province Cebu. This is a very humbling experience, and it's something that I want people to learn from, that in your small actions, you will already be able to change lives and help other people, even the persons deprived of liberty. They deserve opportunities as well. And that's also one reason that I dedicate so much of my works for the children in conflict with the law, because these children, we consider them as nur sons in the society, but of course these children, they still have so much in their future, and we just have to guide them and give them opportunities as well.
Second question. Why do you believe beauty pageants are relevant even during pandemic?
Well, I myself became a pageant fan of the Miss Universe Philippines. In the first edition of Miss Universe Philippines, I had friends who joined the competition last year. It was in the height of the pandemic, and to me, it gave me so much inspiration to see these women representing their people, their community, themselves, despite the challenges that they've been through. This only shows that we are able to rise above challenges and win and celebrate and overcome every challenge that we are going through. And as we can see right now, we've been through so much already, but we continue to celebrate. And I think that is what pageants are all about, to celebrate. In times of hardships, we can always still win.
Lastly, what is your message to the men and women behind Miss Universe Philippines organization, Aces and Queens, and Team Cebu?
You know, I'd like to share a little bit of a backstory. Before I decided to join a national competition, the first reason I didn't want to join, or I was hesitant to join, was because I was so scared to be based here in Manila because I didn't know anyone. If ever I will be encountering challenges, I didn't know who to run to. But when I got here, I was very blessed that I was received and welcomed by my Aces and Queens family. And when I won the competition of Miss Universe Philippines, or even during the competition, the Miss Universe Philippines organization took care of us despite we've been through so many challenges during that competition, during our journey. It was not easy, but because everyone was there, my team from Cebu, from Aces and Queens, and the Miss Universe Philippines organization, because all of them were there, I am here now standing, and I am more than ever ready to represent the Philippines this coming December 12th in Eilat, Israel.
Okay, thank you so much.
Tristan?
Hi, Beatrice.
Hi.
Finally, it's good to finally meet you in person. Yung na-mention mo, si Luigi ang lalabas sa Miss Universe stage.
It's actually both Beatrice and Luigi.
Can you show us kung paano lalabas si Beatrice Luigi? Paano? Sino? Gano'n. Pwede mo ipakita sa amin ngayon para may teaser kami ng konti. Kasi masyadong put and proper ang pagsasalita mo at lahat. Paano lalabas yung empowered woman na si Beatrice Luigi sa stage sa India?
well, my calmness and being prim and proper, that's Beatrice. But when you see my walk, my poses, and my projection, that's Luigi.
Teaser naman.
Am I allowed to, Mama Jane?
Mama J.
Ay, Mama Jane.
Si Mama J ang magde-demo.
Mama J,
Mama J. Wow.
Well, I will just give you a sample na lang of my introduction because my walk and my outfits will have to be a surprise in Gilas.
Ayan guys, so we have to wait for that. Now, personally, I'm very curious and I'm sure ang daming fans and followers are curious also. And by the way, I'm Tristan Francisco.
Really now?
Yes. Oo nga, hindi. Ganito, anong meaning ng tattoo mo sa arm?
Oh, this one. It's
Not
actually...
this one.
I also have another.
Yes, that's my
I'm gonna
second
talk about
question.
this one. Okay. This is actually an armband. They say an armband represents death. And cherry blossoms, the print on it is a cherry blossom. They say it represents rebirth or new beginnings. To me, my tattoo means that because I had this on my 23rd birthday. To me, it means that I'm done being a girl and I've blossomed into being a woman. So the death of a girl and then the blossoming of a new woman.
So Sakura Hime, right?
Yes.
It's a cherry blossom princess into becoming a woman.
Yes.
And now, to your latest tattoo that we've seen online that pinalagay mo, ano ibig sabihin nun? Sa fingers, right?
Well, that would have to be a secret.
Sorry.
Chichika pa na lang very soon.
Ay, galing, no? Kailan yung very soon?
Let's focus on the more important topics.
Award.
Ganito, Tristan, ganito na lang. Jonas, Albert, and I will also get the same tattoo.
Oh.
Because we're no longer girls, we're now women too.
So that's all my questions. Pero I think the whole Philippines, the pageant fans, and even the TPP International wishes you the best of luck. May the power of Wonder Woman be inside you in Eliac and show us Beatrice Luigi, the Miss Universe 2021.
Thank you.
Thank you. And I think lastly, maybe we'd like to get a message from Sven, from Origin, who originated. There. Please, Sven, a message.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a hand to Sven.
Good afternoon, everyone. I would like also to thank Miss Universe Philippines for inviting us to be here. We're really grateful. To Bea, thank you for believing in me when I call you. And when the time that Miss Universe Philippines emailed me regarding asking if I can still stand a candidate. So thank you for believing. Thank you for everything. Thank you for representing Cebu and Philippines.
Can I respond to this?
Go.
Because, you know, I as I mentioned earlier, I never had plans in joining the national pageant. But when Sven called, because he is the accredited partner of Cebu City for Miss Universe Philippines, he was able to convince me that I have so much potential in the national pageant. I didn't see that in myself, but he was able to see that, and if not because of him, I wouldn't be here. So thank you so much, Sven.
Thank you. Thank you, Sven. We'd also like to acknowledge the K-pop star that just arrived, Mr. Sam Versosa, from front row. There he is.
Hi, Sir Sam.
The K-Poppy. Now, we also have a special message from your sister, Maureen Robowitz, on screen.
Audio.
So sorry that I was... Hi Luigi, it's Mao. I am so sorry that I wasn't
able to make it because I'm out of shoot right now. But I just want to say that I am so proud of you. I have seen you grow, and I am so glad and so happy that we were able to train together with ACES. And I have really seen your growth, and I know that you can ace this and that you will do amazing. I'm just so happy that you were able to get out of your shell and that I see you shine every single day. So I'm so proud of you, and I will see you tomorrow. That's so sweet of Mama and Miss Hern.
Yes, my twin.
Your twin.
Can you not tell? So at this point, we'd like to thank everybody for being here. Unless may pahabol na tanong.
When is she leaving? When is she leaving?
When she goes on the plane.
You're so.
November 27.
Okay, thank you.
We're all leaving on the November 27. Ano yan?
Next week.
Yeah, next week.
Pwede ba kami mag-cover ng ano?
Huh?
Pwede ba kami mag-cover sa airport?
I'm not sure how that's gonna work.
Yeah, yung IATF, the rule, you know.
Okay.
So,
I mean,
Yeah,
drone?
I have a simple token lang for Queen Beatrice. Last time kasi I gave her blue personalized tie. So this one yung red version.
Go na.
Oh wait, we're looking for a tie for my outfit.
Yun na.
Thank you. Thank you.
Photo op.
And now we would... Diane,
Oh yeah?
do you have any... You want to interview?
Beatrice. Cute.
May I invite Mr. R.S. Francisco and Sam Versosa up on stage for a photo op with our queen from the front row.
Thank you guys for watching. This has been Amir Emir from Zoology, and we wish good luck to our Miss Universe Philippines, Beatrice Luigi Gomez. Thank you guys for watching. Have a good day.